The breaking news.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to All Transfer News. Today, we've got the latest updates on our beloved club, Liverpool. But before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a moment of Liverpool transfer news. Let's get started.
Arsenal overtake Liverpool in race for complete No9. Liverpool have been tipped for a transfer overhaul in the summer window. We could see strikers like Diogo Jota and Darwin Núñez leave the club having failed to win over head coach Arne Slot. Several top forwards have been linked with Anfield, with Alexander-Arnold, Hugo Ekitike and João Pedro among the names mentioned. The big problem with those players is the price tag. Newcastle, Eintracht Frankfurt and João Pedro are all expected to seek around €100 respectively for their star attractions this summer. Paying that kind of money for a forward would reduce the outlay sporting director Richard Hughes could afford to spend in other positions. FSG are not the kind of owners to splash the cash, and it's expected the club could operate once again on a one-in, one-out basis. Jonathan David available on a free. That's why links with Jonathan David have been so intriguing. The Lille forward, 25, is out of contract at the end of this season and is therefore available on a free transfer. Canada international David has been among the most consistent forwards in Europe's top 5 leagues since joining Lille from Ghent back in 2020. This season, he's grabbed 16 goals and 5 assists in League One, and he's also been a regular on the score sheet in the Champions League. The winners of this transfer race will be getting a gem. Not only is David capable in front of goal and in his link-up play, he is a tireless off-the-ball worker. His suitability for Liverpool appears high, and he would provide more consistency and quality than either Núñez or Jota. He's not a classic number 9 who simply attacks the goal. He contributes to his team's overall play. Former Lille and Marseille midfielder Benoit Cheyrou tells League One's YouTube channel. In short, a complete, generous, and highly effective striker. A real joy to play alongside. Arsenal the hottest club for Jonathan David. That's why the latest reports out of Italy are set to disappoint Liverpool fans. The competition is increasingly strong for Jonathan David. Interlive reports. In Italy, Juventus must always be taken into consideration, but keep an eye on Napoli. The presence of English clubs on the player cannot be underestimated. According to our information, Arsenal is the hottest club, but West Ham, Chelsea, and Newcastle have also signed up to the race, with Liverpool a little more on the sidelines today. So it looks like the Reds have backed off from David for now, with Premier League and Serie A rivals being allowed to overtake. Liverpool gifted massive Florian Wirtz opportunity. Liverpool have a chance to move forward on Florian Wirtz. Is it one Richard Hughes and co will take? 2025 should be a year of major transfers at Liverpool, in stark contrast to 2024. Richard Hughes' debut summer as sporting director brought about just 2 real transfers, Georgi Mamardashvili and Federico Chiesa. However, the former hasn't actually joined up with Liverpool yet. The latter has barely featured, barely 30 Premier League minutes this season. But there are major deals on the way, and everyone should expect a completely contrasting summer. The Reds have been linked with some of the biggest deals of the window, in fact. Alexander-Arnold is perhaps the most notable in that regard. Another, though, is Florian Wirtz. The German playmaker is one of the world's greatest players and is somehow still only 21. To still be so young but have over 200 professional games under your belt and a Bundesliga title as a key player? There are few on his level. Liverpool have been linked with Wirtz for a very long time now, but there have been suggestions that they could make a move this summer. Even though you're looking at a record fee, perhaps even a British transfer record. Liverpool's Wirtz chance. There are a few teams linked very strongly with Wirtz. One of those is Manchester City, who appear to view him as Kevin De Bruyne's successor of sorts. But team talk now suggests that they've turned their interest to Paris Saint-Germain star Desire Du. A deal is expected to be possible, if not quite probable, and the PSG would accept a figure around 100 million. Doing so would rule out any move for Wirtz, essentially taking City out of the race. In fact, any serious interest in Du would suggest they're already out of that particular race. It would leave Liverpool's main competition as Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. It's not entirely clear how easily either could sign Wirtz, however. Madrid boast plenty of attacking players as it is. With Jude Bellingham playing an advanced role, does a move for Wirtz actually make sense? Maybe if Xabi Alonso takes over as their. Bayern would need to sell in order to fund a move, so nothing is happening there for some time. They'll almost certainly try to make it happen, though. According to the Telegraph's Jason Burt, the Spanish club has asked Liverpool to allow Alexander-Arnold to join them immediately so he can participate in the upcoming FIFA Club World Cup. Madrid, however, have reportedly made this request without offering any financial compensation, a move described by insiders as astonishing and presumptuous. Despite the potential to earn up to $110 million from the newly expanded Club World Cup, Real Madrid are seemingly unwilling to spend even $1 million to bring Alexander-Arnold in early. With the defender's Liverpool contract not officially expiring until June 30th, the Reds are well within their rights to hold firm. Currently, the player remains registered with Liverpool, and unless the club agrees to terminate his contract early, he won't be eligible to feature for Real Madrid in their group stage matches against Al Hilal June 18th, Pachuca June 22nd, and RB Salzburg June 27th. The first knockout game he could participate in would be July 1st, coincidentally the day after his contract officially expires. Liverpool's summer business, Isak, Elliott, and a departure in the works. Beyond Frimpong and Alexander-Arnold, Liverpool's transfer activity continues to gain momentum. Trusted sources suggest that Arne Slot's top striker target, Alexander Isak of Newcastle United, would be open to a move to Anfield. Although a summer move appears unlikely due to financial complexities, the groundwork may be laid for a future transfer. Meanwhile, Wolverhampton Wanderers are stepping up efforts to sign midfielder Harvey Elliott. Wolves' sporting director, Matt Hobbs, is believed to view the young playmaker as a natural successor to Matheus Cunha, who could be heading to Manchester United. However, Liverpool's valuation of Elliott remains high, which could be a stumbling block. In other developments, a seasoned international player at Liverpool is reportedly pushing for a summer exit. While the identity of the player remains unconfirmed, one journalist has stated he would be amazed if the star is still part of the squad next season, citing growing interest from clubs across Europe. Arsenal set to secure La Liga star. As summer transfer activity heats up, Arsenal appear to be closing in on one of their top attacking targets for the upcoming summer transfer window, as a prominent La Liga forward has reportedly begun bidding farewell to some of his teammates, signaling an imminent exit. Throughout the current campaign, the Gunners have experienced inconsistencies in their attacking unit. Injuries have plagued their front line, with Bukayo Saka sidelined for a significant period earlier in the season. While Saka has since returned to action, Mikel Arteta has had to contend with the absences of both Gabriel Jesus and Kai Havertz.